back in 1991, Tata Motors had launched a phenomenal SUV, and it almost went on till production till 2003, where unfortunately it was discontinued. And today, after more than 3 decades, we have the all-new Tata Sierra with us back on the road. The legend is back, the nameplate is back, and we are going to tell you everything you need to know about this SUV. Hi guys and welcome to Drive Spark. My name is Promeet, and let's quickly start this video and tell you everything you need to know about the new Sierra. So let's start talking about the front end of the vehicle, and as you can see over here, it's got a pretty wide front end. Now this color is one of the most attractive colors that you can see over here, and it's got a lot of piano black finishing. Well, overall, black and yellow is always been a very good and a sporty color. Especially on an SUV like this, it is looking absolutely phenomenal. You have 6 other color options, and let me tell you the price for this SUV. Now this SUV launched at a price of rupees 11.5 lakh ex-showroom and goes all the way up to the 20.5 lakh rupees ex-showroom mark. There are about 8 variants that you can get with the all-new Sierra. 3 engine options, 3 gearbox options, everything is there, so you can mix and match and buy your own Sierra according to your own needs. Now, starting over here, first of all, you can see the Sierra badging that runs right across. You have the DRLs that run right across. Dynamic indicators are right over here. The lower part of the DRL converts into dynamic indicators, and lot of piano black finishing. This is your grille, front parking camera, front radar, works in sync with the ADAS, and over here what you see is the headlight. Now this is a very sleek headlight. I'm seeing like a very sleek headlight for the first time. So this is a booster headlight where automatically if you go above 80 kilometers, the LEDs inside, they get brightened up and they have a very good view. So we have a reel running on our Instagram channel showing you the capabilities that this headlight can do, and these fog lights and basically the lighting setup, so you can go check that out. Apart from that, you can see you get the projector fog lights as well over here, some silver scuff plating right over here. And if we move to the side, well, you will notice that there are a couple of things that actually make this car a little more premium. So first of all, you can see you get body cladding all over. You get this piano black finish on the body cladding and not this matte black finish. You get these 19-inch wheels, big wheels, and obviously these have these aero kind of a design. They are machine cut, they are diamond cut, and they look absolutely phenomenal and goes overall with the car size. Imagine 19-inch wheels with this. Obviously the base variant of this will get a steel wheel that is 17-inch, but you have an option to upgrade, and the top of the line and just below that also you will get these 19-inch wheels, which actually looks very nice. Now let's talk about this bonnet. Now you can see that the camshell comes all the way and merges to the door, and the A-pillar goes inside over here. Now this is something that you see on really high-end cars, but they have followed the design to keep the premiumness of the car. If you move over here, you get these blacked out ORVM with indicator. You have the Sierra badging like all of the typical Tata cars where they have the badging on the door as well. And if you notice, now you don't have this rubber window bidding right over here, because obviously it is hidden inside. It's not like it's not there, but it's hidden inside, and this actually gives a very premium look. You have seen this in premium cars, and now you are seeing this on the Sierra. So continuing all the way, you can see that the rubber bidding is not there, it's hidden inside. Plus you get flush door handles with the request sensor, and you have a light on the handle as well. Well, this does not pop out automatically, you have to do it manually. I wish that they had an automatic popping out handle, but this obviously looks good, it looks flush. And you can see you get around 205 mm of ground clearance, which is more than enough to tackle bad roads, bad city roads, and if you want to do some mild off-roading. Well, this is not a 4x4 currently, but they are planning on an all-wheel drive version of this, so we might get to see that really soon. And this is a front-wheel drive, but still you have more than enough for ground clearance. Now the biggest highlight is this section. Just show them that this section, and you can see that the old Sierra had a full glass layout because that was a 2-door. It had 2 doors and it had a full glass layout. Now they have carried that design over here, but this is now a 5-door. You have a door at the back as well. So but the design over here you can see is almost the same. They have kept this design. It looks like a glass, but it's actually not a glass. You have this black finishing on the roof. You have functional roof rail, you have a shark fin antenna, and you have a big panoramic sunroof as well. Well, moving on, you get this massive spoiler over here, which has a wiper that is hidden with a washer. You get defoggers, and if you move to the back, well, you will also get this connected LED tail light right over here, and this lower part converts into the dynamic indicators. Well, just like the front section of the DRL, the lower part converts into dynamic indicators. Same goes for here as well. You have the Sierra badging right across, no other badging, a lot of piano black finishing and silver finishing on the stub plates as well. Obviously, you have a 360-degree camera, parking sensors, level 2 ADAS, and a lot of other things. Now, let's quickly open the boot. So to open the boot, you can access it through a couple of things. You can either do a gesture. So if you do a gesture, obviously the boot will open, and it is an electronic boot. So you can open the boot like this. You can open it with the key. You can also open, there's a dedicated button inside where you can obviously operate the boot from there. Now, let me show you some cool features. Come here. So as you can see right now, if you remove the parcel tray, you have approximately 622 liters of boot space, which is actually the biggest in the segment. 622 liters with the rear seats folded up. But if you want to keep more luggage and this thing is kind of obstructing, you don't have to take this home. What you have to do is simply, this thing has a place where you can slide it and keep it neatly. And now check out the boot space on this. You get a boot light, you have your toolkit over here, and you have the subwoofer that is right over here. You also get a 60-40 split. So if you want to keep more luggage or you want to fold the seat down, you can do that. And obviously that will increase the luggage space. Check this out right now. You have the light bar that's glowing. Obviously when you are in the dark and you're stranded, or maybe you have a flat tire, or maybe you want to take out something from your boot and there is no light on the road. So how will you warn the people who are coming from behind? Well, Tata has very clearly integrated two lights that are right over here, which you can see, one on this side and one on this side. So when your boot lid is up, obviously the tail light has gone up and there is no visibility from behind. Your indicators are also up. So those have the tail lights and as well as the indicator when you switch them on. And that is, I think, one of the coolest features that we have seen. So yeah guys, this was the exterior of the all new Tata Sierra. And I think I'll leave it up to you all in the comment section to tell me how exactly do you like the exterior part of the car. Let's move on to the inside and show you what all do you get on the inside of the all new Tata Sierra. So this is the second row of the Sierra. Obviously it's a 5-seater and you have 3 adjustable headrests at the back. You have an armrest, that's your door, and you also get a sun blind which is right over here. It's a manual sun blind. Well, just look at this pillar right over here. You have speakers integrated on this pillar. That's a good thing. Well, if we talk about the door handle extends. As you can see, I put my hand over here. It extends all the way the length of the door. So this is a good thing. Wherever you hold and close it, you can get. You don't have a particular door handle. This is to keep maybe your phone and to operate the windows. Some big door pockets to keep like 1 liter bottles, and you also have a puddle light and a warning light on each door to indicate if the door is open and someone's coming from behind, then you obviously can indicate them and warn them. Now let me quickly sit inside and close the door. Now, so as you can see, this seat is adjusted according to my height. For reference, my height is 6'1", and you can see I have plenty of headroom, plenty of knee room. Well, this seat is sculpted also. You have back pockets over here to keep your phone. And one more thing that you get on this seat is a manual boss mode. So you have a lever over here. You just adjust this and you can move this seat behind and forward depending on how much space you want, obviously unless if there's no one sitting at the front. And you also get these seats that actually have a 2-step reclining process. So, and this is step 1 where you can see I am pretty sitting upright. You can see the gap right over here, and if I just recline this, there you go. So the seat reclines, you can adjust the headrest and have a pleasant drive. Well, to even enhance the drive, you have this big massive panoramic sunroof. As you can see, it's one of the biggest sunroof in the segment, starting all the way from here to actually the boot. So it's a very, very big sunroof, and the opening of the sunroof, the front part, the single pane that opens up, is also very good. You also have these LED lights at the back. So the entire lighting setup on the car is LED. There is no halogen whatsoever. So this was the rear section, and before going, you have these charging sockets. That's your multimedia output and your charging sockets. You have AC vents right over here, and you can see you have this attachment where you can attach an rear infotainment screen on either sides, and obviously you can watch something on this, play games, and have a pleasant drive. So let's go to the front and I'll tell you more about that. Just have a look at this dashboard. I mean, just have a look at this triple screen layout, and the triple screen layout you will get on the top of the line variant. Let me quickly sit and start the car up. So your start stop button is right over here, which I think is actually a good thing. There you go. The diesel engine has come to life, and if you see over here, the screen setup is really crazy. You have a 12.5 inch screen over here, you have a 12.5 inch screen over here in the middle, and you have a 10.25 inch screen for the instrument cluster. Well, this screen is dedicated only to the passenger, and he can actually play games, as you can see over here. Start your next adventure. If you see, you have all these games, and you can also connect your joystick and play games, while obviously you can actually play it while the car is driving. The driver is not distracted because obviously it is only for this passenger. And yeah, that's about it. So you don't get a heads-up display, you don't have soft touch material. You have soft touch material on the doors but not on the dashboard as much. You have soft touch material over here that's finished in white. I'm sure you have to take a little care of this because otherwise it will get very, very dirty. You have a sound bar that is, I think I've seen for the first time. Now this part over here is actually a sound bar, and you have Dolby Atmos written right over here. So you have that 3D sound effect, you have Dolby Atmos, you have a surround sound system, you have a woofer at the back, and it has an incredible output. So these seats are ventilated. You have the ventilation function right over here like you get on the regular Tata cars. You have it in the front and as well as at the back. You have an extended under thigh support. That is a good feature. This seat is manually adjustable, but the driver's seat is electronically adjustable, and you get 3 memory functions as well with that. So I mean, it's just like you've seen it on the older Skodas or newer Skodas. The memory function is right there. Now let's talk about the steering wheel. Steering wheel is a typical Tata steering wheel where you have the illuminated logo right over here. It's a flat bottom steering wheel. Steering motor controls on either side, and you can also see that this gets an auto dimming IRVM. Well, talking about lights, just check this out. So the passenger gets a vanity mirror with a light. The driver gets a vanity mirror with a light. And not only that, this sunshade actually extends further. How cool is that? And not only this extends, but you can take this out, and if you have sun hitting from here, you can just extend it like this. Well, I've seen this feature only in Jeeps, so now Tata is also giving this, and it's a really, really good thing. It's a really good feature. It's a really good gesture. Well, overall, this is for your sunroof control, and this is your gear lever. You don't get an electronic parking brake button, but you have a park button over here. Now, this park button obviously means that the gearbox is in park, but this also acts up as a e-brake, because if you hold it for more than 3 seconds, it will obviously disengage the e-brake. And there is one more cool feature that I would like to tell, is that until you have closed the driver's door, or maybe any of the doors, or the driver is not wearing the seat belt, the car will not move ahead. The brakes will be applied and it will be locked. The rear wheels will be locked. The moment you kind of wear your seat belt or you close the door properly, the car will start rolling. But you can override that. Don't do that, but I'm telling you how can you do that. You can just press this P button for more than 3 seconds and your parking brake will be disengaged. So that's how you can obviously go around without a seat belt, or if your door is also not locked properly, but that is not the right thing. Please do not do that. If we talk about some of the controls, you have your fog light buttons over here. You have 2-zone climate control. Your 360-degree camera is right over here, which is, again, you have it in 2D and you have it in 3D as well. So it shows the entire car around. And you have some other features over here that basically are touch control. You have charging sockets over here, 65-watt fast charging, cup holders, that's your ashtray. That is how the key of the Sierra looks like. A pretty premium looking key we have now from Tata, finally. and that is how the key looks like. You can open the boot, you can lock the car, unlock the car, and obviously switch on the headlights as well right from this key fob over here. If you talk about more space, you have some storage space over here. Now this part is for your wireless charger. You can keep your phone. Some storage space right over here. Storage space on the door, and the door handles are absolutely phenomenal. Just have a look at that door handle. I mean, it actually extends all the way. You can hold it anywhere and close the door. So if we talk about modes, you have two driving modes. You have city and you have sport. You do not get an eco mode over here, but you have terrain modes that says your rough terrain, you have wet terrain, and then you also have normal. So you basically have three terrain modes and two driving modes. Eco mode is not there. You have city and then you have sport mode. You have paddle shifters over here. And if we talk about the gearbox option, wait, I'll tell you about the gearbox and the engine options when we drive this car. So these were the interiors of the all new Tata Sierra. I hope you liked the interiors. Come, what was the best feature that you liked about the interiors on the Sierra? Let's quickly drive this car. So guys, now we are at the driving seat of the all new Sierra, and let me tell you one thing. The moment you get inside the car and sit over here, you will notice that you have a very commanding position because you sit high. Windscreen is pretty wide and you have pretty wide side mirrors as well. Well, overall the view is nice and you can see everything very comfortably. However, I'm at the lowest setting of the seat right now since I'm tall. For reference, as I mentioned, my height is 6'1", but still you can see a lot of the bonnet and it is a good car to drive. Now, let me tell you the engine options on this. So you have three engine options. You have a 1.5 litre naturally aspirated one, you have a 1.5 litre turbo petrol engine, and then you have the 1.5 litre turbo diesel engine that we are driving today. Now, gearbox wise, obviously this, the turbo diesel one gets the 6-speed manual and the 6-speed torque converter. Well, you also have a dual clutch transmission that is available with the NA version and the turbo petrol version. Just imagine an NA car getting a DCT gearbox. How cool and how weird is that? But anyway, we'll be talking about this, a little bit about the power specifications of all the three engines. So you have the 1.5 litre naturally aspirated that pumps out around 105 bhp of power and 145 Nm of peak torque, but the torque kicks in at 2100 RPM, which is just surprising for a naturally aspirated engine. Then you have the turbo petrol one. The turbo petrol one is the one that produces the most amount of power. It's 158 bhp and 255 Nm of peak torque. Well, that's a pretty decent power number. And then you have this one, which is the diesel variant. Now, the diesel variant pumps out 116 bhp of power and 260 Nm of peak torque. Obviously, since it's a diesel, it has a lot of torque to it. And the torque also kicks in pretty low, say around 2500 RPM or 2400 RPM. It kicks in, and trust me guys, this thing is a rocket. Well, as far as fuel economy goes, since this is the diesel variant, obviously you will have more. We could not test the fuel economy right now, but we'll be getting the car really soon and we'll be doing a highway and a city run as well. But as of now, we can say that drivability wise, this is pretty good. I mean, since it's a Sierra, obviously you have all eyes on you on the road. Everyone is just stopping the car and asking, what car is this? Some people know this car, some people already have this car. We met someone when we were shooting who came and asked us that, is this launched? I want to go and buy it, because he apparently had the previous generation of the Sierra, which came back in 1991 till 2003. So yeah, people have that nostalgia with this car. The nameplate speaks for itself. And trust me guys, now it is way more advanced, way more techy, and a lot of things have been added. Now the suspension has the frequent depending damping. Now basically what this does is, it actually, when you go over a pothole, you will not feel the thud so much. So it kind of adjusts itself, and then you have a beautiful drive. Right now we will hit a pothole. You just saw it was a pretty big pothole, and I mean, it is not like you are gonna go here and there, because see, this is an SUV and there is some amount of body roll, but the body roll is very well contained. It does move from side to side, but it does not move that much. However, the steering wheel is nice. It's light. You got two driving modes. You have your city mode, and then you have your sport mode. Well, in the city mode, the steering wheel becomes slightly lighter, but in the sport mode, it becomes slightly heavier. here, which is a good thing, by the way, because to have a slightly weighted steering wheel is anytime good, especially if you're doing high speeds. So as far as the safety goes, obviously this has scored a 5-star rating in the global NCAP, and obviously this gets level to ADAS, so I mean you're completely safe. Tata is known for the build qualities. Almost all Tata cars are 5-star safety rating, and the Sierra is also a 5-star safety car. Plus you have level 2 ADAS that will actually help you in your day-to-day drive, and obviously when you are going on the highway. So overall, my take on this car is this is a good car, premium looking car. You have some funky colors with it like what we are driving today. Obviously this is catching a lot of attention, and overall it gets 3 engine options. There will be an electric one as well, and there might be a 4x4 really soon. Yes, right now it's a front wheel drive, but they are planning to go for a 4x4 because the previous generation Sierra was a 4x4 initially. So I think they should actually get the 4x4 back. So overall guys, it's a nice car. I really liked it. Please leave your comments below. How did you like the Sierra? How did you like the engine options on the Sierra? And I think, yeah, that's about it. So you get discs on all 4 corners. So as safety wise, braking is also super good. So guys, that was the all new Tata Sierra, and right over here you can see we have these 3 beautiful color options. Obviously there are 6 color options, 8 variants, and the price, I'll tell it to you once again, 11.5 lakh rupees to 20.5 lakh rupees ex-showroom is what this Sierra will cost you. Well, you have naturally aspirated petrol, you have turbo petrol, and you have a turbo diesel. Along with that, you have 3 gearbox options. So I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, do give a thumbs up, share and subscribe to all our social media channels. I'm Promeet signing out. See you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, be safe and drive safe.